Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Sportscast NFL Game Day Show, playoff edition number 2. Knocker is back once again, live in studio. He's in here in his bunker right now, soon to be
back in the closet.
Back in the closet. I'll be heading over there this weekend to get them all spiced up and ready to go. It is great to see you all. It's great to see you all. Welcome in. Sibigus, welcome in. Feisty, Divine, Jess. Good to see you. Haley.
What's up, Buckle Mount?
What's up, Mount? At Canes, how's it going? Great Poupon. It's good to see you, Stu. Feisty. It's great to see you guys. Welcome back in. NFL Game Day Show here. Big show for you with the Knock today, going over all the games coming up. Again, thank you everybody with all the warm receptions to the brand new launch to the channel. Thank you to Jedi Greg. As you can see, we've got some updates here and still to come more and more and more. New merch is out. We launched it this morning at midnight. Stayed up all night to get the store ready for you guys. So exclamation merch in chat. You can check out all the new merch that is out. There's still more to come as well. T, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Again, big shout out to Jedi Greg for the absolute amazing revamp. We got new alerts coming as well. So, and we've got a new booty emote, Knock. You're going to appreciate that. We got a new booty emote coming out
I like
as well.
Clothes. I like the merch you're wearing, man.
You like it? The VIPs right here.
The
VIPs. You should have a... Did you get your mod sweatshirt yet?
No.
Because...
I've been waiting for years.
No, it was sent to you by Mr. Moose because he accidentally got 2. So I gave him I gave him your new address, so that should be coming to you. He sent that like a week or so ago.
Okay,
so,
can't wait. Should be coming. Should be coming.
Yeah. So
nice.
Good to see you. $5. Good to see you, Divine. As always, again, guys, welcome in. We're gonna be going over all the games here, covering a little bit of last weekend as well. As soon as we're done here, we'll be about 45 minutes or so here on the podcast. We're gonna be hopping into a big Destiny raid with Fear the Reload. We're doing a co-stream with Fear right after this. We'll also be in there with Madman, I believe Jedi, Justin, and a few others. So stick around. If you've never seen a Destiny 2 raid and a bunch of friends yelling at each other that's their fault, well, stick around and you'll hear that. I'll be cussed out quite a bit.
May I take a moment here?
Mm-hmm.
Please?
Yeah, what?
I really just want to say, man, just this family, this community is... It's absolutely unreal, the humanity and the love and the togetherness, man. I mean, we got Chim doing 3 hype videos, man, and we got Greg just ramping it up on the designs and this and that, and Julie being so cool. And by the way, Julie, thank you so much. You did not need to bring anything up, but I really appreciate the gifts that you brought up. We just got them today, so thank you so much. But
you stole my blue label, so she had to give me another one.
I didn't steal shit.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
I haven't seen that bottle since we left the old studio.
Oh, that's been gone for weeks. But anyway, just let me say, just this is the thing that for me at my age and the time of my life, to find people out there and a community that just in this channel, and this community is so different from everywhere else. Just everyone gets it, and everyone is so cool. And in the midst of all this madness going on in the world, to be involved and to be part of this, it is really. It's really, heartwarming to be part of this, man, and to share it with you and to share it with all these people. I wake up every morning and I'm just really glad to be part of this, man. Just people are so generous and so warm and so kind in this channel, man. And
it's been a hell of a
God,
ride.
I love it, man.
It's been a hell of a ride here, and it's been something that I didn't expect it to go as fast as it is going. I knew that we had something obviously building in 13 years, but the transformation coming over from YouTube to just Twitch has just made a world of difference. And so, I mean, the people that we've made, the friendships, like I was saying the other day on our channel, I don't know if you heard, but we have people now in our Discord that it doesn't even matter who's streaming or if a stream is going on. They just hop in with each other in Discord Saturday night, Friday night, just hang out and have fun. And these are communities that have come over from other communities and come in, and it's just, we've really taken off. We're making a big push in 2021. And we're what a start. I mean, the first, 2 weeks of 2021, I couldn't have asked for a better start to the year. So definitely.
Like I say, man, it's real. The thing that gets me is that it's real. This isn't just everybody faking or coming on here trying to say things and to be. Everybody is just themselves, and this is the one spot that when I lurk and I watch, this is the one spot where everybody's just really cool, and it has a different vibe, and I'm just so happy to be part of it, man. And then to do it with your son, I mean, come on, man.
It's pretty unique. We're pretty fortunate to be able to do it. Feisty here, praise Wawa, the almighty Wawa. May he bring us peace, happiness, and balls. You got your first quote? Let's get it. Giggity go. Yeah. That's right. That is right. Balls
are showing.
Oh man. All right, guys. We are going to get into all these games. Knocker, we just had a crazy 2 days of football, the most playoff football we've seen in one weekend before. Going into this, we've had a couple big upsets, a couple surprise games, head scratchers, what you want to call it. What are your thoughts on last weekend's games? What was your biggest surprise out of last week's games?
First of all, I love adding one more team and having 3 games on the Saturday, man. That's just how you sell your product, man. Bring it and just add the one more team. And now winning, having the best record in whatever conference, it means something. Now you're the only team that gets a break, so it's really something to fight for, as opposed to 2 teams getting it and blah blah blah. I love the fact that you got 3 games. I love the matchups. It was fantastic. My biggest surprise was how Pittsburgh got their ass kicked, and I want you to say it, Josh. Say it.
It's not. No, stop. Don't even go there.
Baker is the shit, and you were wrong. Baker is the shit.
No, you're right. No, you know what Baker is? He's a piece of shit. He is not the shit. Okay, let's just It's pretty easy to win a playoff game when the quarterback turns the ball over 4 times. Okay. It's very easy to win a football game that way. I don't care how good a quarterback you are. When you get 4 extra possessions and great positioning on the field, Baker did it. No, they ran the football. They didn't turn it over on the ground. Okay, let's go. Baker's the shit. No, the Steelers played like shit. Okay, the Steelers play like shit. Yes, the Browns did come out and play well. I'm not going to take anything away from the Browns. Let's not sit here and say Baker though is not. He's not. He's just not. He's just not.
I'm losing you.
You're good.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying that 2 years ago, I think he made a decision to stop with the bullshit and the whatever antics and I'm the greatest and blah blah blah.
I agree with you on that. 2 years
ago,
his attitude has changed. I agree.
To just be a football player and a quarterback, and it showed on the field. And I was glad that I was right and you were wrong.
Ross, it's good to see you again. Thank you for the follow. Get shiny, NY. Danilo, thank you for the follow. You piece of shit, Josh. $5. I'm not taking anything away from the Browns. What I am saying is, is that they played great as a group together. There was not a standout performance by Baker Mayfield. Let's not go out here and let's say that Baker Mayfield led him to victory.
The whole point.
No, he's a Trent fucking Dilfer, okay? As long as he doesn't turn over the football, he can get the job done. The team is good. They have a good running game. They have a two-headed monster in the running game.
Okay, so what's the difference between him and Drew Brees? If you're going to say it's a team game, he's got Kamara, he's got Thomas,
I agree.
he's got all these weapons.
Drew Brees
and all he
didn't
has
beat
to do is not fuck up.
You think Drew Brees? Did I just come out here and say, man, Drew Brees beat the Bears? No, the Saints beat the Bears. And I'm not putting.
That's the whole point to becoming a great quarterback is to just not stand out and to just do what needs to be done in a classy way.
Okay, that's fine. He is a good quarterback, but you're put him on a pedestal.
No, I'm not. I just want to hear you say you were wrong.
I'm not wrong.
What?
What am I wrong about?
You said that he would flame out.
He will.
When he got drafted. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Knocker, he won a playoff game. I'm happy for them. They have a good team. The Browns have a good team. They have really good players. They have two good wide receivers, two good running backs, an offensive line, and a defense that can get it done sometimes. I'm not going to let you just sit here.
You're never going to say you were wrong. You're just never going to do it.
No.
That's fine. That's fine.
No.
Did I read the news right? Did the freaking Eagles hire Jason Garrett?
I don't know. Let me see about that. I
saw something run through Twitter, and it might have just been whatever. But
Chuck Pagano to retire, while Chicago likely hired to retain Matt Nagy. No, I haven't seen anything.
Okay.
I would think it would
across.
be. I think it would be. Yeah, it said Eagles request Sally. Yeah, they haven't hired anyone yet.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, they haven't hired anyone yet. So. Again, how about your Rams last weekend? Great game.
Totally shocked.
Man,
totally shocked.
I am and I'm not. Can we all stop giving Russell Wilson a pass now?
Yes.
Like, I'm sick of quarterbacks living off one Super Bowl. And like they just get a pass for their whole fucking career.
Right.
Like, I understand Russell he played like shit. He did not play good. But I just feel like he gets too much praise and never gets enough negativity when it should come his way, or criticism, I should say.
Right, but the thing about him, and I think the real reason that he doesn't get a lot of negative press is because he never seeks any press at all. He's very humble. He's very quiet. He just does what he does, and he's not flamboyant. He's not a crybaby on the field like Rivers is or some other quarterbacks. So, to put it all on him, he just plays the game, and he never says anything controversial or blames his linemen or blames the defense.
No, I get it, but can we all just say when he plays like shit, he plays like shit? I mean, I get it. I get it. Man, the Rams defense is good.
I was really shocked, though.
Rams defense is good.
I was really shocked. I mean, 2 weeks ago, the Rams defense against that same offense did not look good at all.
That Rams defense is good.
They absolutely dominated a pretty good football team on the road. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think the fact that the stadium wasn't full and the excitement wasn't there, I kind of think that the road teams in these kind of situations with the COVID and all this actually have an advantage.
I don't think there's an advantage at all, but I don't think there is as much as an advantage for the home team. I think that the fans in a lot of these stadiums do make a difference. But again, at home, you still have the weather. Seattle has bad weather. You still have that to come into play. And you also have the travel. And travel is still a big deal, staying and having your own facilities at home. I do think that the home field advantage has obviously gone down. It's not as valuable as it is anymore. But, it still is a tough place to go in and play. Like, again, Green Bay. Having to play in Lambeau in the middle of January is a home field advantage, whether you got fans in the stands or not.
That's true. Especially if you're a West Coast team. Absolutely.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, again, congrats to Rams. So, big game. Bills get it done as well, Knocker. Big win for the Bills. Getting over that hump. Same thing with the Ravens. That was another great game, beating the Titans. Lamar Jackson getting his first playoff win. The Saints-Bears just looked sloppy. I know the Saints won that, but they didn't look great winning that game. I think the Bears could have taken that anytime if they played a little better.
The drop passes, I mean, you got to give it to Trubisky. He put a couple of passes, especially that one in the end zone early in the game that went right through the guy's hands.
Yeah.
He played well enough for them to win. And I just saw a lot of drop passes and non-execution by other people than him.
Yeah, I agree with you, but it's the same Bears. It's like the same thing. They don't have an identity. No, what are they? Are they a running team? Are they used to have an identity as a defensive team, right? That's what the Bears. You thought of defense and run the football. I don't know what you think of the Bears at this point. Like,
well, yeah,
I don't know what they are.
Name me one offensive player.
Exactly.
I can't even name you one offensive player.
Yeah, on that team. Exactly. It's absolutely crazy.
So there's no identity, like you said. There's really no identity. So, but
there really isn't. There really isn't.
But kudos to him because he could have folded. I mean, Trubisky nutted up, man. A lot of guys would have folded. He lost his job 3 games into the season, and he's been under immense pressure from the media and from everybody else because of where they took him in the draft. And I kudos to him for righting himself and not caving in and performing, to the best of his ability, man. I think it speaks volumes for him as a human.
So what are your thoughts on the 2 older quarterbacks possibly playing the last games? Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger. I know next year the Steelers, I think, have to pay Ben almost $2 million a game next year. Phillip Rivers does have an option to come back. Should they come back? Do they come back? What are your thoughts on the 2 quarterbacks? And are they both Hall of Famers in your eyes?
I think Rivers should come back because I think he still has some game. They were really close, and I really think that this team is still going up. Pittman and some of the other players that they have, I think their defense is going to be that much better next year.
Yeah.
So if I'm Phillip Rivers, I come back. If I'm Ben, he's got nothing but negativity in front of him from
he's
here
also
on
got
out.
$37 million staring him in the face.
But if I'm the owner,
if
I'm the owner, at some point I've got to move forward.
Yeah, but okay, but
and
go ahead.
Well, he's on the hurt list. I have that hurt list, right? Yeah. He's on that hurt list for the last 3 years. He did not look good, and for some reason, to me, the second half of the season, he just kind of looked disconnected from the rest of the offense.
He doesn't have a running game, though. That's the thing. His problem with Pittsburgh is they can't run the football. I mean, they can go back there and sling the ball so many times. I think the Steelers are in a really precarious position because they have a defense that's really good and really young and really cheap right now, and they're only going to have that for the next couple of years here. So do you take the risk, let Ben walk, and throw in Zach Randolph or whoever they have as their backup and to try and get you there? Do you chalk it up to a bad game and a really weird season and come back with Big Ben?
The logic just says.
Thank you, Phenom, for the note. I appreciate it, man. Disturb, good to see you.
The logic tells you that yes, let's roll the dice one more time with Ben. Let's a weird season 2020, blah blah blah. But the bottom line is, man, you had a playoff game at home against a team that you literally kicked the shit out of for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
And you played like shit. You played like shit. I really think that you need to pump. They have some young receivers. They have younger running backs. Ben's just the old dude now. He's just the old dude, like Brady, Rivers with the Chargers, Brady with the Patriots, blah, blah. At some point, you got to cut bait and turn the corner. And the position of the division that they're in, I still think they can win the division without him as quarterback. So I with all the money he's expected to be paid, I let him go. I let him go. It's time to part ways to me.
It's going to be interesting. Prado, all right, have a good one. I appreciate the host, man. Everybody has it on host or auto host today. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. $5. Brady and Brees combined age is 84. Oldest QBs to meet in the playoff. Yeah, it's crazy, man. We're going to get to that game in just a little bit. Phenom, thank you. Yeah, Jedi did an incredible job. I apprate it.
Yes, he did. He always does.
I love that kid in Washington. He's playing lights out until he got hurt. I agree with you on that, Kevin. I mean,
one game. One game.
I like what he did. I'm impressed. I'm just like, they gave him a run. They gave him a run,
Yeah, he played well. But, one game phenoms. I don't know, man. It's really tough. What do you do? There's guys like the dude that played at USC and then played for New England, and then Matt Castle.
Yeah.
Right? Is he another Matt Castle? He's good,
yeah,
real good for this one game, and then you put all the money on him, and Jimmy G, same thing. Right? You put a bunch of money and blah, blah, blah. And now, he took you to the Super Bowl, but the last 2 years, and now you have a quarterback situation in San Francisco, too.
Yeah.
So, Very interesting, but I love it though. I love the Rocky story. I love it. I really do.
I do. It's a good story. It's a good story. So, all right, let's get to these divisional playoff games here, Knocker. We got some big games coming up here in the NFL here. So we got two games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday, people. Sit back, another good weekend of football. Some really marquee games with some marquee players going up against each other in this one here. The Rams, Packers, we got Ravens, Bills, Browns, Chiefs, and Buccaneers and Saints coming down the pipe here, guys. Man, it's going to be a good weekend of football here, Knocker. We'll start off with your Rams here. They're going to be going in on Saturday. They are the early game here, going into Lambeau. Temperature is going to be below freezing in this one. 29 degrees is the AccuWeather forecast for this one. Rams coming in with a banged-up quarterback, but a defense that is capable of shutting down Aaron Rodgers and that attack from the Packers offense here, Knocker. Aaron Jones having another okay season coming in. Devontae Adams, a big year, 18 touchdowns this year. What are your thoughts on this one? Green Bay is favored by 6.5 in this one. Woo, it's a good number there, Knocker. You were on the side of taking the Rams in the points, I think, last week. What are your thoughts on taking that touchdown advantage with the Rams this week?
Well, I wish I would have bet all the underdogs this week because they all covered. This takes me back to my days growing up in the mid 60s, early 70s, where the Rams would always have to travel to Green Bay or Minnesota and blah blah blah. And just the weather is such a factor.
It is
in something like this. It truly is for Southern California team to walk out onto a field that you step and it crunches and it's just frozen.
Well, and a quarterback that's dealing with the broken hand or finger in cold weather.
And I'm not gonna be over enthusiastic about how the defense played because Seattle's in their division. They see them twice a year.
Right. That's a
good
point.
They know everything that Seattle's doing.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that Seattle would have surprised them. Now they play Green Bay once every 4 years, unless it's in the playoffs.
True.
They've had a week to prepare. I think the Rams will put up a fight, but going on the road into Green Bay with a hot team, I think the Rams will give it a go for maybe about 2.5 quarters, and then just the cold will get to them. I see Green Bay. I think they cover. I really do. I think they cover.
Yeah, this is an interesting one here because is the Rams defense that good, or did the Seahawks just play that bad? That's kind of again Russell had.
I go back to that familiarity. When you play a team in your division,
yeah, that's true.
You're not intimidated. You're not surprised, and you could ramp it up.
Yeah,
like they did. But now you're going to frickin' Wisconsin, 29 degrees against a team that you haven't seen in 3 years. So.
Yeah, it's true. It's true here. I think I'm gonna go with the Packers with the win here, but I don't necessarily think it's gonna be a double-digit win by the Packers here. I see the Rams defense being able to scheme
6.5, right?
Yeah, I think the Packers. I think they win by about 7 in this one.
Exactly.
It's going to be cold. I think the Rams, if they're smart, got to get that running game going. They're going to have to push through the Packers here. I'm going to go with the Packers. I'm going to go Packers 27-20 here over the Rams. I don't touch this game. This game scares me a little bit here because that weather does. Anything can happen. But again, I can't go against Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau in freezing temperatures against a Rams team coming in with a banged up quarterback. I like
28-17, and I really think that the only way that the Rams win this game in that kind of weather is turnovers. If for some reason there's some freaky turnovers, the Rams have a shot. But if it's played straight up and clean, it's just too much.
Yeah, if I stand with you, they played that bad. Seattle did play pretty bad. That's the thing. Is like and like Knocker said, they've seen him twice every single year. They know how to scheme for him. So I'm going to go again with the Packers. Me and Knocker both with the win. Packers by 7 for me, and Packers by double digits here for Knocker. All right, next game up here on Saturday night, Knocker. The Bills finally getting that monkey off their back. It looks like it's going to be 38 degrees and rainy, slushy, snowy, whatever you're going to get in Buffalo there against the Ravens coming in. You got Lamar Jackson getting their first win of the season. Man, this is a great game here. A battle in the trenches, Knocker. I think this one's going to be one. And if that field is that slippery and that rainy, we saw, Lamar Jackson be able to get loose last week. But if there's rain, snow, who knows, cold weather, how much is he going to be able to use his legs to get outside the pocket and roll without slipping or possibly turning the ball over here, Knocker? Man, I was really impressed by the Bills. I was also really impressed by the Rams here. What are your thoughts on this one? Buffalo favored by 2. Vegas thinks it's a straight-up game here. Buffalo by 2 in this one by Vegas. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think with the weather, it does odd things. So I think Lamar might be able to break some long runs, this and that. Are they the ones that just lost? No, it was the Bills that lost their running back. Their number 2 running back.
Yeah, Moss. I think.
Yes, Zach Moss out of Utah. Yeah, they lost him with an ankle injury.
Yeah.
I think the win by Buffalo, especially the way that it happened, being down, being frustrated, playing a team that wouldn't go away.
Yeah.
And to be able to pull it out in the way they did, I think that just brings supreme confidence. I think their defense they're going to spy Lamar and I like that spread. I think Vegas has it right on.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a very, very close game.
But you're going to go with the Bills in this one?
I like Buffalo, man. The fact that they won this game, they can breathe and say, okay, we belong. We won a game.
Pressure's
We're good.
off a little
all this
bit.
history, all this pressure, all the references to all those 90 teams are now gone.
Yeah.
This is our team. This is our year. We're pretty much injury-free other than the one guy. I think they do it. I think they do it at home. On the road, maybe something else, but I think at home, they get it done by a couple of points. Yeah.
All right, Phoenix, good to see you. Welcome in. Phoenix Fire coming in. Guys, give Phoenix Fire a great follow.
Phoenix?
What's up, Phoenix? It's good to see you once again. Let's go. Buffalo says Disturb. Ravens by 7 says $5. I'm kind of with you in this one. I think it's going to be a really good game. I think the real big factor is, like we said before coming in here, is home field that big of an advantage? I think in this one it is for the Bills, considering the weather and not having to travel here. I know Bills and Buffalo is close. Baltimore, it's not too much travel here, but again, weather is going to have a factor here. I think what scares me about the Ravens is that if they get down in a game, do they have the passing to come back? And I don't think they do. I trust Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs more than I trust Lamar Jackson trying to come back from a 13-point deficit per se.
I agree with you.
I think the Ravens play from ahead much better than they play from behind.
Yeah, I like that analogy, Josh, because I do think that straight up, Lamar is a wild card, but down by 14 points, it's not like it's not like he has a bunch of receivers and they can score really, really quick,
right?
Like
exactly.
some other teams can. I don't agree. It all comes down to the quarterback. I don't think he's that quarterback in that situation where you need to drive 80 yards with one timeout and a minute 27. I don't think he's that guy.
And I think that's what
it's going to come down to.
Yeah, I think that's what the Bills fixed by getting Stephon Diggs. They didn't have that last year. And now Stephon Diggs can stretch the field. He can make you step out of that box. So, Steven, it's good to see you. Thank you. Welcome in. Raymond coming in, the Tier 1 sub, 5 months. Raymond, give a big shout for Raymond coming in, playing darts with my fam since our team didn't make it. Right? But always appreciative of what y'all do. Keeping us entertained. Next year, 49ers.
Playing darts with my fam since our team didn't make it.
He's a Niners fan.
Of what
I was good up until then.
It's been a weird year, Raymond. I was just saying that. Thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the continued support, guys. Get over there and follow Raymond, another amazing streamer as well. Big shout out, Raymond. Yeah, I'm with you, man. That's why, I think that the Patriots this year, Bill Belichick, he can just watch this up. Hey, you know what? I didn't have a quarterback, really. Cam was in. It was a fucked up year.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's just kind of a wash. It's almost an excuse for some teams this year coming in. So I agree with you. Again, Raymond, thank you so much for the support, man. I hope you're having a great time playing dots Playing dots.
You know what's really bugging me, Josh?
Yeah.
What's really bugging me, among the other billion things that bugs me every single day.
My God, what's bugging Knocker? You could start a segment off on it.
What was that? What was that thing that Cam came up with?
I don't know. What's bothering Cam?
What's wrong with Knocker or something like that? Is all these people just coming out and just pouring shit on Belichick and that Brady was the system, Brady was the reason, blah, 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 blah. No, man. It just wasn't Brady and the fact that he's gone. The fact is, they don't have any players.
They don't.
They don't have any
he was
players.
Smart for leaving.
And all of you people that think that, well, if Brady was their quarterback, they would have won more games. No, they wouldn't have.
Yeah.
They had a 15-year run that was better than anybody else in the history of the league. And that's the whole reason they have a draft. That's the whole reason that they have free agency. And the fact that they hung on for so long at that level of play, it's going to take 3 or 4 years. Belichick didn't forget how to coach. He just doesn't have the same damn players that he used to have.
No, I completely agree.
And Brady is not the only reason they won. Sorry, Brady landed in a great situation that was great for his skills.
Yeah.
And he has struggled this year, and you watch what happens this weekend.
Yeah, he is. And I completely agree. I think it's the smartest thing for everyone to do was to move out of that team. He was why come back to where you can't even name an offensive player besides that aging Julian Edelman on the team? I mean, that's basically it. So it's back to the Bills, though. I am going to go with the Bills here and a very good close game, just a battling game here. I'm going to go 23-20 Bills over Ravens here in a great game. If you want to see just hard hits, the old school, both these games with Packers and Rams, that old school outdoor cold as shit in January where you can see the breath coming out of the players like the old NFL films. So, it's going to be a fantastic game here. Bills, Ravens, but we're both going with Bills Mafia in this one. All right, next up here on Sunday, big matchup here. The Chiefs coming off the bye here, Knocker, just like the Packers. Chiefs off the bye, Browns off their historic win over the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Browns coming in with a world of momentum here. But again, is this the game that, that momentum catches up with them? Because is this a letdown game? We've seen it before, Knocker. This, again, you have to say, this was the Browns Super Bowl. That win, not only did you win your playoff game, you beat your biggest rival, and you beat them pretty handily.
On their turf.
On their turf, exactly. Now, the Chiefs come in rested. That could possibly maybe hurt a team. I don't know how you feel about resting a couple weeks here, but Mahomes is back. Kelsey is back. The Chiefs are favored by 10 in this one, Knocker. A double-digit spread, the only one of the weekend. No respect. Now I'm going to start in this one now.
Wow.
I do think the Chiefs are going to win this game, okay? But I actually take the 10 points in the Browns. The Chiefs haven't been blowing out anybody, especially the second half of the season. They've struggled to move the football at times, even though they've been winning. I think the Browns, again, ride some of that momentum, even though I do feel that teams do have letdowns. I think it's actually a better game than Vegas is predicting. I think that the Browns keep it competitive here as long as they run the football and stick to their game and don't try to get Baker into situations in which he could fuck up, in which he's been known to fuck up and throw bad picks or whatever. I like the Chiefs here to win over the Browns in a good game. I'm sorry, Ohio fans. I know the Browns is a good run. But again, if I'm a betting man, I don't mind taking that plus 10. I think the Chiefs get this one done. I'm going to go with, this is going to be a good one. I'm going to go with 30-20. 30-20 Chiefs over Browns in this one. What do you got?
I think that's a nice call on the score. Just kudos to the Browns. Just kudos to the Browns,
for
man.
sure.
You have been a mess with the COVID. They didn't have their head coach. The offensive line, they had one dude that he played guard. I read it today. He played guard. And he just barely knew anybody. They signed him as a free agent. He came in, and he didn't allow one pressure. He didn't allow one pressure the whole game. So I think what they did with Pittsburgh was phenomenal, based on the fact that their roster was blown up, the coaches are blown up, blah 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 blah. But like you said earlier, you alluded to earlier, that was their Super Bowl. Can you beat Pittsburgh in your division, make a statement, and get past them?
Yep.
I think this is a
and it's
mental
nothing,
letdown.
and it's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing against the
No, it's
Browns
human.
here. Yeah,
It's
no, but
human.
it's nothing against that human. It's like you're going up against last year's Super Bowl champs on their turf after a bye. This is nothing taken away. You're going into probably the hardest situation you can go into after winning a playoff game.
Right, and, mentally they're humans. Man, we just beat the Steelers twice.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, we beat them twice in a row.
Yeah.
Right. So now your focus changes a little, and there is a little letdown, and you're playing a Chiefs team that is chomping at the bit to get out there and to prove that last season wasn't a fluke. Unless something happens like happened in the Pittsburgh game, the turnovers and the blitz in the first quarter. Yeah. If Cleveland cannot have something like that happen where it's just kind of odd and they score a couple of quick touchdowns and blah blah blah, Kansas City is definitely the better football team. And as this goes on, I like your score. I really do. I think the Chiefs actually get to 35, but the Browns only get to 20.
Okay, I like it. $5 Browns are going to win by 10. $5. How much liquor have you had tonight? How much liquor are we in? I love you, Stu. I think I think the Browns will cover. I'm with you. I think the Browns will do cover, though. Andy Reid is just a different coach, though. I agree with you. Andy Reid is. Chiefs by 14, says Disturbs. What up, Mason? What's going on? It's good to see you. Masoon. What's happening? It's good to see you. Welcome in. All right, Knockers, we're both going Chiefs in this one. All right, now, again, a battle of two future Hall of Fame quarterbacks here. Last game on Sunday. It's going to be a good one. Buccaneers on the road against the Saints. Now, again, another divisional game here, Knocker. Saints favored by 3 in this one over Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Man, this is going to be a great game here. The Saints, even though they won, they didn't impress me, Knocker. They didn't impress me all too much, and neither did the Buccaneers, considering what – I mean, come on. You're going up against a quarterback that in a rare situation, you should have blitzkrieged that team. You know what I mean? Both these teams, I don't know what I'm going to get because, again, both these quarterbacks are great, but they were really good 6 years ago. I could really count on them. Now, again, they're not to take away from them, but they're 50-50 at this point. What you're going to get out of Breeze or Brady on a given night. I'm sorry, it just is. Man, this is going to be a really good one. I'll throw it to you first, Knocker. What are your thoughts on this one?
Well, you're right. Tampa Bay should have won by more points. But it's kind of weird when you prepare for one quarterback and then they throw somebody else in, and just kind of strange. I think Rivera had being a coach in that same division that Tampa Bay was in for the last 7 years before he got fired. A lot of familiarity, blah blah blah. Ronald Jones may or may not play. Fournette is a bust in my opinion as far as running back. So everybody thinks Tampa is just juggernaut with these offensive players with Evans, and he's a stud, no doubt about it. I just think what's going to happen is the same thing that happened when New Orleans just blew their doors off, 6 weeks ago or something like that. They just absolutely destroyed them. I think the Saints are a better team. I think that they're a better overall team matched up against this Tampa team. I just think they're better all around. Kamara's back. Thomas is back. They have their players back. Their defense is playing well. I think Tampa Bay is just going to come in and just find that they're up against, a hyped up team and, win it for Drew. And I think that's what's going to happen here. I think it'll be a pretty close game, but I do see the Saints winning something like 34-27, something like that.
This game, it scares me because I'm looking at the last 3 games we've went over, and we didn't pick one road team to win. Now, if we look back, at the NFL playoffs, I mean, a road team is bound to win one of those 4 games, right? Just statistically, right, Knocker? Just statistically,
of course,
4 home teams don't go and just win the weekend. Just like we just saw a rarity. Again, 4 underdogs last week in covering. I mean, that's a rarity.
They all covered.
You know what I mean?
Covered,
yeah, it's crazy.
All of them.
With that being said, the Saints, man, at home with that defense, they've got a really good defense right now. They can run the football, and I think that's what the advantage is in this game here, Knocker, is that they can run the football, and the Bucks don't have that running game like they used to have in the beginning of the year, and they're going to put a lot of pressure on Brady to make some plays down the field. And I don't know if Brady is capable of doing that against the Saints defense right now. I think it's going to be a really good game. I can't believe I'm going to do it either. I know it's not much for arguing here on the show, but I got to go with the Saints here to get it done. I got to go 27-24 over the Buccaneers. I don't think it's too high a scoring, but I think the Saints kind of maybe control this from the start and get out to a little bit of a cushion, and then the Bucs make a little run here at the end. But I do like the Saints here in a really, really good game. And again, Knocker, if we see either one of these quarterbacks get knocked out, do you feel it's their last game they've played?
I think if Drew Brees wins this game, and even if he loses the NFC Championship game, I think he will retire. I think if he loses this game, he won't retire. And Brady, I just don't think he's going to retire until they tell him, hey, you got to go. I just think he just loves playing the game. And you have to admit, he's gone through his career, which is what 18 years, almost 20 years. Yeah, pretty much injury free. So I think, and the way he treats his body and the way he eats and blah, 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 I think he thinks he's still 30 years old. So it's his first year in Tampa, unlike Brees playing his whole career, basically in New Orleans. Two different dynamics. And I truly think that Brady, no matter what happens in this game, he'll give it one more year under Arians and with Gronk and with Evans and,
I agree with you on
these
that.
other people.
Yeah.
I think he'll give it one, maybe 2 more years as a run. I do think that Brees, especially with the broken ribs and the punctured lung and how physically beat up he has now been in the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah. If he loses this game, I think he'll come back. If he wins this game, I think he might retire.
I think he needs to retire no matter what. I think as far as Brees goes, I think that Brees' arm is shot. I don't think that he can make it through another 16-game season plus a playoff run next year with arm strength. And we saw last year how it died out, Knocker, and we saw it again this year. Broken ribs really scare me at his age. Could possibly easily get knocked out with one hit. On both sides. Yeah, that's just at his age, it's crazy. No matter what happens, the Cowboys suck. Thanks, Mel. It's great to see you. Welcome in. Thanks, Mel. Love you. Thanks, Madman. Welcome in, Von Vet. It's good to see you. Thank you for that, Mel. Appreciate you. Miss you. Speaking of Madman, he's going to be in our raid, our Destiny raid coming up here in just about 15 minutes. So, I agree with you on there. I think Tom is he suffered less injuries and he's taking better care of himself, Knocker. He's got a much better team, I believe, coming into next year than Drew Brees does.
Exactly.
I feel that Drew Brees this is his last run here, which is, again, he's automatic Hall of Famer in my book. Just a fantastic human being on and off the field. So I'm going to go again with the Saints here, though, to get it done somehow over the Bucs here at home in a really, really good game. So, all right, that's going to be your NFL matches. Again, guys, me and Knocker agree on mostly everything here. We're going with the Packers over the Rams here in a really, really good game. We're both going with Bills Mafia in this one in a great game. We're both going with the Chiefs over the Browns and both going with the Saints over the Bucs. I know we're going to be wrong on one of these, Knocker, and if you had to pick one right now, which one do you not feel the greatest about? For me, it's the Bills Ravens. For me,
I know this is shitty radio, but I agree. It's shitty show, but I agree. Gotta be honest.
We come from the same sack, so guys. Right? I mean, so yeah, I think that's the game for me. That if I had to go in and be like, I want to question the bat, it's probably Bills Ravens for me.
Yes, and the reason is Lamar.
Yeah.
If Lamar plays out of his ass,
he's possible of taking a game over with his legs.
But it's also possible. I mean, he's the most inconsistent, in my opinion, the most inconsistent in all this of all the quarterbacks playing. So if he plays to his potential, then they have a great shot at winning. Yep. But he's the one quarterback that just might fold.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. So all right, guys, our show will be up tomorrow on iTunes, iHeartRadio, right about noon. Johnny Icebox will get that up first. Again, shout out to Johnny Icebox and family. You can download it there. It'll also be up on SoundCloud as well tomorrow, guys. We'll be up. You can rewatch the video on our YouTube or our Twitch channel. And again, I will be over at Knocker's house on Saturday. You might see a test stream or two coming up on Saturday. I know we don't stream on Saturday, but no marbles or anything, but just testing stuff out with the green screen. So you can see a little behind the scenes stuff on Saturday. I'll get over there. Knocker's studio should be complete. So, all right, Knocker, thank you so much, dude. I love you, Pops. Go enjoy it. Go enjoy your dinner. Go enjoy your dinner, guys. We'll be back in just a second. I'm going to be going into the raid, Destiny raid, with Fear the Reload, Madman, and a bunch of other members from the squad. You guys want to see a bunch of friends yell at each other and shoot some aliens? Well, that's what we're going to be doing coming up next. Give me about 5 minutes, guys. I'll be right back. Do not go anywhere. Say bye to Pops, and we'll see you guys on the flip side. We'll be back in just a minute. Bye, Pops. I love you
all.
Bye.
I love you all, man.